Hey everybody, it's MyHealthierMe here. Today's video is just something I want to say. Another reason why I'm doing MyHealthierMe is because I'd like to documentate my weight loss. It's just another reason that I'm doing MyHealthierMe. That's what this video will be about. So, as I make improvements in my health, and as I begin to lose weight and eat more healthy, as I've become vegan, there's a story behind that. So what I'm going to attempt to do today is just to tell that story. I want to document how I've changed, not only physically, just to see later in the future. It would be cool to be able to look back and see the difference in the weight loss, but not just that, but also emotionally and physically and spiritually as well, how I've made changes in my diets and in the recipes, because I know we plan to go raw, we plan to buy a juicer and to start doing that, and that would be fun just to see, to look back and see how we used to do things, you know, as we've awakened and become more enlightened, as we become healthier. So back when I was pregnant, that's kind of where I woke up, was when I was thinking the realization of someone else's health was in my hands. And I started having gallbladder problems, so I had to cut out all the fat from my diet, which, by the way, the doctor who looked at me when I went into the emergency room with extreme abdominal pains, not knowing what it was, turns out I had a gallbladder, sludge, stones kind of an idea. It was sludge, it wasn't stones or gravel, it was kind of a sludge, they said. Small pieces of calcium deposits, I think they're called. I'm not sure. I still have to learn about that. We have a lot to learn, that's another thing, but we'll get to that. So I had to cut out all the fat in order to keep my gallbladder from acting up. When I went into the ER, the doctor's like, here's some morphine pills prescribed to me, which makes my body more acidic. I didn't know at the time. Take the pills. I'm pregnant. And he prescribes me these pills. Doesn't tell me, doesn't mention, oh, don't eat fat. So I go home. I'm sitting there and I'm eating corn and peas with butter on it. And I throw up, and I got this pain, and I can't figure out why, and what's wrong with me. So I called and I spoke with the nurse, who informed me of the whole gallbladder thing and fat. And I didn't know. Nobody told me how your body works. I mean, I think in school, elementary school, you learn those things, but do they really stick, and do they really matter? Do you think, when you put your food in your mouth, do you think about your body and how it's going to react to that food? I wasn't. So I called the nurse and I spoke with the nurse about it, and she told me cut out fat. And I was like, fat? Oh, your gallbladder processes fat, she tells me. I was like, wow, okay. So I look up all this information on gallbladders and I find out all about it, and now I'm smarter. Do research on the internet on the things in your body you don't know how they work. Find out how they work. It's amazing. They've got videos. You don't have to sit and read books and pages of text. They've got videos about it. You can just sit and watch these amazing, awesome 3D videos of how your body works. YouTube's got tons of them. Look up 3D medical videos and things like that. Anyways, so once I cut out all the fat and my gallbladder started acting better, and I went through my pregnancy, and I was thinking of the baby, and I was thinking of being healthy, and my diet improved. And the next step was when she was born. And I wanted to give her the best food, and organic food, and to give her homemade food, you know, things that didn't have processed and additives and preservatives and salt and sugars and stuff. So we changed. We started eating better because we were trying to make sure our daughter was healthy. I wanted her to be healthy. Here I am, overweight, worrying about if my daughter's healthy. It was like a wake-up call. So her development really mattered, and I wanted to make sure that she had everything that she needed to be a well-developed child. I didn't want her to have any mental issues or development issues or have any learning disabilities or, end up on Ritalin. There's so many kids that they're on drugs. We put all our kids on drugs, and they acidify them even more. And if we just eat healthy food, well, we can get into that later. That's not what this video is about, but that's what makes the difference. what progressed after that, once she was a year old, we were eating healthy. We found a blood type diet, and I read that book, and that made me aware that our bodies have an individuality, that this person needs this and this person needs this, and that some foods can actually be bad for you. Just reading that book kind of gave me an awareness that foods can be detrimental to you, and I didn't realize this, but he kind of woke me up to that. And each time you learn something new, you get a wake up. And you have more of an awareness to your body is an amazing thing. And so after that, I've always had a bit of a back issue. But what happened was, I think either during my pregnancy or right before my pregnancy, there must have been some sort of injury, and I can't pinpoint it. But I started having extreme back pain after my pregnancy. And I had seen a doctor, I'd seen a chiropractor, nobody could tell me what was wrong with me. I had pain in my lower back, pain during menstruation, heavy periods, just the whole ball of wax in the abdominal area. And doctors couldn't tell me what was wrong. They did an MRI, they did an x-ray, they did ultrasounds, and my doctor told me, oh, your tests are clear, and he prescribed me arthritis medication and pain medication and NSAIDs for inflammation, and they said I might have endometriosis, and sent me to a gynecologist, and they told me to get an IUD, which would help me with my endometriosis, and all of this whole rigmarole. But they didn't tell me that they knew what was wrong with it. Might be endometriosis. The pills weren't working. I was still in pain. The pills weren't working. They couldn't tell me that there was something wrong with me, or that there was even something wrong with me. So I was at a loss. We ended up moving, and I saw a naturopathic doctor, and he requested all of my records from my other doctors. And while I sat with him in his office looking at my records that he had gotten from my other doctors who told me that my tests were clear, he opens up the envelope, and it says I have arthritis in my hips, and I have a herniated disc. No doctor told me that. The doctor who did the test results were from my medical doctor. Didn't tell me there was anything wrong with me. My naturopathic doctor's the one who told me that I had arthritis and a herniated disc. Never even bothered to tell me, my medical doctor. Prescribed me arthritis medication and pills and such to fill me up with pills, which didn't work, by the way, and which made it worse. And once I stopped taking the pills, I got a rash on and off and on and off. It was my body detoxifying. I would get hives and this rash on my skin for no reason at all while I was detoxifying from all these pills that he had given me. And so that's when things changed, and that's when the naturopath helped me, told me what I need to do. I explained that we wanted to be vegan. And he told us what we need to do, that we needed supplements, and to make sure we had everything we need in our diet. And that's sort of where we are right now. We don't have a juicer, which is what we'd like to do to get off the supplements. And it got serious when I knew that the medical community was not there for me. I had to help myself. It was up to me. I had to do the work. I had to do the research. I went on the medical sites and looked at videos and read how my body works and how it functions, my liver, my organs, my glands, my everything. You have to learn how that works, or you can't understand. When you go to the doctor's office, you need to be able to say, I think this is what's going on, but you don't know how your body works, so you just say, well, this is what's wrong, and they treat the symptoms. If I have pain in my back, they give me pain medication. They don't try to find out what's wrong. It wasn't until I told him, I went back and told him these pills aren't working. And he said, oh, here's some more pills. And I said, well, the pills aren't working. I don't want to be on pills. I don't want to be all drugged up on pills and get addicted to pills. And so that's when he said, oh, well, we'll do some tests. And then he tells me that they were clear. I have no faith in the medical community at that point. I'm not saying that there aren't doctors out there who know what they're doing, but in my, isolated case, I lost faith in it. And now I'm working with a naturopath. I'm trying with positivity and spirituality just to be enlightened and awakened and healthy. I'm focusing on my pH and the foods that alkalize me, which just by chance happen to be all good for me. And meat is right off of that because it's acidic, and all the things that I've decided to do are all right with this whole pH thing. So here I am. I'm going to be healthy, and you can do it too. You can join me. Be healthy and alkalize. Peace and love.